Marketing is hard. I want to just start off by saying that. And you are not imagining that marketing is actually harder now than it used to be. And we're going to get into that in this episode. I am Mary Anglade. I'm the founder of BuilderLead Marketing. We work with builders all over the country, and I'm super excited because today is our first episode of the BuilderLead Podcast. So let's dive in. I'm going to start with a great quote. I don't know if any of you have heard of Philip Kotler. He is a marketing guru, wrote so many books about marketing, but great quote attributed to him is that you can learn marketing in a day, but it takes a lifetime to master. So on this podcast, though, hopefully it's not going to take us a lifetime. We're going to be breaking down marketing into bite-sized pieces for you in what will normally be fairly short episodes. We will maybe go deeper when we have guests joining us. We're also going to be covering other topics as well to just help you grow your building business. But today, I want to tackle why marketing is harder today than it used to be and what you can do about it. So first of all, the reason really behind, why marketing feels harder, and if you've been in business for a while, there's a few factors, but a primary one is the buyer has changed. People are online. According to the National Association of Realtors annual study, 97% of people begin their home buying journey online. So, they may not start off thinking they're even going to build a house, but let's face it, a lot of times you will go out and look at existing inventory. You don't find what you need. You want to build, right? So these people are online. And the kicker is that includes 87% of people ages 75 to 95. So it's not just the kids that are online. Everyone's online and they're looking at houses. And younger millennials are, primarily using mobile and tablets. So this is so important, right? Because this wasn't the case years ago. It wasn't the case at all. Another really important thing is that they are online and they're doing their research. 70% of the research is done. And this is according to Google and Forrester and several other very large research firms. In fact, sometimes the numbers as high as 90% of the buying journey is done. So this is before they even pick up the phone, visit your model home, come in to talk to you at your office, somehow get a hold of you. They've already looked at your website. They've looked at Google reviews. They're looking at social media. They are online. They are doing their research. So another piece of it is that Americans, on average, according to Fortune magazine, are online an average of 7 hours a day. Now, our builder clients will say, Mary, that's crazy. I'm not online all day. I'm out in the field. If they're modular, they're maybe in their factory or, they're going to the facility to check on things. They're having meetings. But the reality is their clients, their prospects are online. So if you sell to, let's say, lawyers or people who work in offices, business people, even doctors with electronic health records, everybody is online. And it doesn't stop at 5 p.m. They're going home. They're looking at screens even while they're watching TV. That's another phenomenon that is underway. So, this is hard if you haven't changed the way you market, if you are referrals primarily, and not that referrals are, of course, extremely important, but guess what? Your competition may have figured out the online techniques, okay? How do you stack up? What does your website look like compared to theirs? They're on social media, are you? They're advertising on social media. They're advertising with Google. So all of a sudden, you are not getting the same number of leads, or the leads you're getting aren't as good. So all of these things work together. Another thing that I think is very challenging for builders is that they treat marketing as a one-time project. They built their website. Oh, I built the website. Okay, that's great. The website's important. But unless you are actively driving traffic to your website, and there's a lot of ways to do that through SEO, through Google Ads, a website is like putting up a flyer in the woods and hoping somebody goes by it, right? Because there are probably billions of websites out there. Certainly there are millions. You need to actively tell the search engines what your website is about. And that is through SEO or buying and bidding on keywords like pay-per-click. You also, if you don't want your website to just be an online brochure, you have to think, what kind of value can I offer or get somebody to exchange their information so that I will have their email address and can continue to communicate with them, right? You also need to follow up quickly with any leads that come in. And this can be challenging as a builder. You are out in the field. Your job is not just, sitting at a desk all day, but there are thankfully automations and things you can do to follow up. So somebody feels like they have been heard and you are responding to their inquiry. So all of these things, need to work together. You can't just do one and think that's going to be enough. Today's day and age, we have to meet the buyer where they are, whenever they are interested in, interacting with us, right? It's really 24/7. And thankfully, we have online mechanisms that are 24/7. So you don't have to be up all night responding after you had, a hard work day. So it's not your imagination. Marketing is harder today and it is more sophisticated, but the buyers who do it right, they see it as a long-term investment. They understand it is also changing all the time. Digital marketing changes so much. My team and I, on average, probably read 4 to 5 hours of marketing materials every week. We are listening to podcasts. We are constantly staying up to date because the algorithms are changing. New platforms come up. TikTok, Instagram. These things barely existed 15 years ago. You had maybe a website to worry about. Now you really do have to be, and we recommend you pick and choose, but you do need to have an online presence. People need to be able to find you. And that's what this podcast is going to dig into partly. Next episode, we are going to talk about some marketing fundamentals, because if you don't get the fundamentals right, everything else is wrong, right? It's like you put up a terrible, crappy foundation on your house and now the house is falling apart, right? You know better than that. And we are going to help you create a marketing foundation that's going to really be there for you to create a solid marketing program. So please tune into our next episode. It's been great. I'm so excited to launch this podcast. It's something that we wanted to do for a really long time. And if you think it sounds good, please leave us a review, share it with somebody else you think could use the information. And thanks so much for listening. Look forward to seeing you on the next episode.